Tomorrow, the 2025 A-Level Chemistry grade boundaries will be released. Before that happens, let's take a look at the past 7 years of boundaries to see what they can tell us and what they can't tell us about what might happen this year. So grade boundaries are the minimum marks you need to achieve a particular grade. For A-Level Chemistry OCR, your final grade comes from your overall raw mark out of 300, spread across the exam papers. Now, remember that the boundaries are set after exams are marked each year, and they change depending on how challenging the paper was compared to previous years and other exam boards. So the harder the paper often means lower boundaries. The easier the paper means higher ones. Remember also that boundaries differ between exam board even for the same subject. Here we have two sets of data, the raw mark and the percentage. Remember again, it was out of 300. Tomorrow you can compare it with your raw total marks, but the percentage is easier to do the comparison. Now for an A-star, OCRa tends to sit very high, often to mid, the lowest to 2022, we know it was just right after COVID, up to 90%, which was in 2024. It was one of the toughest recent years to hit the top grade. The lowest again was 2022, closer to 80%, which was likely due to the post-pandemic adjustment period. Also before pandemic, it was pretty high, 88 in 2018. And usually, an A usually sits between a 73% and a 78 to 79%. For a B, the range is a little bit wider. So again, it was super low in 2022. I would actually ignore it in the comparison. So it was around, 50, 59, up to a 64%. And the same pattern continues down the scale for a C, for a D, and an E, which was the lowest, again, 15 up to like 23%. If you're aiming for an A or above, remember, OCRa's boundaries are usually higher than AQA's and EdXL's. This means you need a consistently strong performance across all paper. But the good news is the boundaries are always adjusted to match the difficulty. So if 2025 felt like a step in a challenge, the numbers will reflect that. As soon as OCR releases the official 2025 grade boundaries tomorrow, I'll break them down for you alongside AQA and EdXL. If you want to find out exactly where your mark sits, subscribe and don't miss it.